Good morning, everybody. It's Saturday, early June, 22 degrees already where I am. I'm in my backyard. My vegetables are growing. I'll show you a picture in a few minutes. So, I've done a workout every day all week, trying to stick to all the parts to a great workout. You know, the balance and the weights, floor exercises. But this morning, just to celebrate a great week, great weather, still healthy, I've decided I'm going to do my favorites. They're all over the place. They're not in any particular order, other than this warm-up. The warm-up is important because I want to get all my body parts awake. I don't want to surprise my body after a great sleep with doing something that I shouldn't be doing without a warm-up. So I started with these crossovers to get both sides of my brain turned on, and then I'm lifting my lower body up to meet my upper body, which is coming down. It really doesn't have to be like this. You can do anything you want to do for a warm-up. Go for a walk up and down stairs, back in your house. But I want to do it with intention, so I've got some very specific things I do when I warm up. And this doesn't really last too long, 3-4 minutes. And I hope wherever you are, in whatever situation you're in, it's all positive. Yes. What a great day. It's not too hot. Yesterday it was too hot. I had a fan on me in the house later on in the afternoon. But not today, I don't think. It's just perfect weather. Yes. I'm almost ready to show you my favorites. And if you've been watching any of my videos, you'll know what to do when you see my favorites, because I use them a lot. Okay, great. That's enough warming up. So the first thing we're going to do is use my stick. Now I know if you don't have a stick, you can use a broom or something, but I have a stick. So you might remember the stick. This is the stick. It's a garden stick. You put it in your garden next to your tall plants and you tie a little string around them to hold them up. It's not too expensive, and a broom will work. Okay? My stick. So I put it behind me. It doesn't matter what side you put it on first, and I hook one leg around the bottom of it, see? And I hold on to the top of it with that arm on that side, and then I just balance on one foot. So I'm just holding on to the stick with the bottom of my foot and my hand above my head, and I'm just balancing on one foot. What a crazy exercise, right? And maybe I can pull the stick, and that pulls my leg up, and do a little bit of a one-legged movement. That's pretty good. I got one leg in the air, holding on to my stick. It kind of gives me some stability. I could do this without a stick. Just balance on one leg and lift the leg back and try to bend over at the front. Let's try the other side. So I'll just switch around here. Hook my leg around it, behind it. Hold on with that hand on that side. And now I'm on the other foot, challenging my core muscles deep inside my body, standing on one foot. You don't need a stick. Just stand on one foot and lift your foot up any way you want, and that'll activate your core muscles deep inside your body. Cool. And then I also take the stick, fold it out nice and wide so my arms are straight, and I lift it over my head. And maybe, depending if I'm warmed up enough, I can come all the way down, keeping my arms straight till it touches my low back. And then I bring it around, touch my belly button. Right. You don't even have to stand still for this. You could do a rope. You could do some kind of a band that you use to hold your kimono, your robe closed. As long as whatever you're using is straight. Maybe a walking stick. But a broom works. Broom. Just take the end of the broom off so it doesn't get in your way, and you can do the unhinge, it's called. Yeah, the unhinge. Of course, you might want to warm up your shoulders by moving your arms, and you know all the exercises, but I just like this unhinge. Right, and then when I get ready, I go around the world, so my arms stay straight, and I just go around the world like that, bringing the stick in front of my body and behind with my arms straight. Yes, I like around the world with the stick. Keep the arms straight, I'm going to go the other way. That's good. Makes my whole back work. Shoulders, love this. And if you use your imagination, there's lots of things you can do with the stick. Maybe a little baton twirling here. Works the fine motor muscles in your fingers. Your brain has to focus right down to the fingers. Right, and then maybe this side. Twirl it any way you want. Maybe on the side of your body. And the options are endless with the stick. Okay, it's the stick. My next favorite exercise is the lemon. It doesn't have to be a lemon. It can be an orange. It can be anything. But I like calling it lemon. So I just hold the lemon out in front of me. Try to keep the lemon facing the sun because it needs sunshine. And bring my arm out and bring it around behind me and over my head. Keep the lemon up and bring it in this way. And then go back the way I came. Call this the lemon. Some people call it the cup and saucer. They put a little bit of water in a cup or in a saucer, and then they try to do this without spilling the water. You hold it very, very carefully and make sure the lemon is facing the sky. This position especially gets tricky. Keep your palm up. And then go back the way you came. Yes. And then the other hand, so you just take it out to the side. If you don't have a lemon, you can just use your palm. Pretend that there's a lemon in it. this morning we're just having a little bit of fun here. Reviewing my favorite exercises. How many are you gonna do? Well, it doesn't matter today because it's Saturday, it's beautiful out, and we're just reviewing the favorite ones. Yes, the lemon. And I like the juggle exercise with the juggling balls, but the lemon works perfectly. It feels like a juggling ball. It's cheaper than a juggling ball. I've only got one, I just throw it up and catch it. How high? That's up to you. You can make little tosses or bigger tosses. What's with my body? I'm not really doing much. I'm just focusing on this thing I'm tossing into the air. But you know, before I catch it, I could do a squat and let it get closer to the ground. Oops, I dropped it. Because I have to catch it way down low, I have to keep my eyes on it. My head has to be up. So I'm in the proper squat position, pretty much. Switch sides. This is my weaker side. Feels weaker. So it makes it all harder, but you know, I should practice on this side more and then create a balance between the two sides of my body. Okay. Okie doke. Haven't dropped it yet. I love the lemon. And when you're ready, now you look like a juggler here, except we've only got one ball here. Yes. Yes. The lemon, I love the lemon. Another favorite exercise is the chair. We all have a chair. My chair is very, very sturdy. It's not flimsy. It doesn't have wheels on the feet. It's not going to slide anywhere. And I'm just going to sit in it. So I'm going to back up so I can feel it behind my knees. Yep, my feet are shoulder width apart, and I'm just going to gently sit in the chair. But when I go down to sit in it, I'm going to look for the chair. There it is. Sit in the chair on the edge, sit up nice and tall, then stand back up. So if I keep my feet pointing straight ahead, make sure my knees are over top of my feet, so my form is right, I'm doing a squat, a chair squat. Now, depending on the condition of your body, you might have to use the chair to push yourself up. Come up a little slower, and you might have to come down and hold on to the chair and sit down. Or maybe you don't even have to sit, you can just touch it with your backside and then come back up. You can incorporate your arms to make yourself look like you're an exerciser. Or you can just sit in the chair, have a little rest. When you're ready, come back up, push off the chair. You know, push off the chair. Or maybe use your quads and push off your quads. I love the chair. Chair is so common in our house. We do stand up and sit down a lot. Just do it with the right form and think about what muscle groups you're working, and it'll work right into your daily routine. Now, because I'm here and because I have a chair, I have to do the owl. This is good for all kinds of things, So remember, I'm just going to grab a hold of my shoulder up here. It's a trapezius muscle squeeze. I just cup it with my hand and dig my fingers into the back of my shoulders, cup the trapezius ridge here at the top, squeeze, and as I squeeze with both feet flat on the ground, I turn my head into the squeeze and away from the squeeze, and into the squeeze. Keep squeezing. We need the blood into the trapezius muscle and away from the squeeze. Or maybe starting at center, I look up and come down, and look up and come down at your own speed, up and down. Notice I'm sitting up tall. I'm not in the chair like this. No, I'm sitting up tall, so it doesn't matter what kind of chair you have. It could be a stool, as long as it's stable and it's not going to slide away on you. So I'm looking into the squeeze, away from the squeeze. I'm looking up, I'm looking down. I could look away from the squeeze or into the squeeze and look up and come around and look down and go in a circle. I could do that. I could go the other way very slowly so I know how my neck and everything is feeling, and I can stop if I need to on an instant. I don't want to go to any pain. So I'm an owl, right? Yeah, some people call, from one side over the top to the other side, they call that the rainbow. So it goes like this. Here's a rainbow. Okay, and some people call from here down into there. You're drawing a happy face with your chin. And going all the way around could be the full moon. Don't forget to go both ways. Don't forget to slow down and enjoy this squeeze. Okay, and when you're done that, just switch sides. Take your time. You can do it anywhere. Show other people. Take your time. You need blood up there into that trapezius, which is part of your shoulder. So squeeze. Good. Anyway, so that's the owl, but while I'm in this position, I've incorporated a nerve flossing exercise that relaxes the nerves that go from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. It relaxes everything to give the nerves a chance to just relax themselves. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick one leg out and point my toe up to the ceiling. Now, you don't have to get it off the ground to do this, but this chair requires me to sit at the edge, and then I can put my heel down and point my toe up, okay? So I'm still in the owl squeeze, but when my toe is pointing up, my head is looking up, and I just hold it in this static position and give my body a break. Give the nerves that go from the top of my head down to the bottom of my feet a chance to relax. And I can hold this as long as I want. Okay, and I can also switch legs if I want. So this one, heel down, toe up, head back. If the toes are up, the head is back. Or maybe I'd like to do both at the same time. So both legs are out, toes are pointing straight up, legs are straight. I'm sitting up tall and looking up. It's a nerve flossing exercise. You can look up nerve flossing exercises on YouTube and you'll get lots more. Anyway, when I'm ready, if I bring my foot, doesn't matter which one, so one can be flat on the ground, bring this one back sort of underneath my chair, at least close to the chair, and put my toes down and lift my heel up. So I'm like pointing my foot to the ground And when I do that, I look down to see if I'm doing it right and keep my chin on my chest and hold that position. So my heel's up. And then I can do the other side. Take this foot, put my toes on the ground, lift my heel up. This other one is just flat on the ground. So my heel's way up, creating an arch here in the bottom of my foot, which gives me a cramp sometimes because I don't do this enough. So I've got my toe on the ground, the heel is up, and my chin is looking down to see if I'm doing it right. That's the position of your head. When you're pointing your toe down, your chin is down, and you're watching to see if you're doing it right. And if you want, you can do both feet at the same time, point them both, lift your heels, and look down. So you could do the owl thing and the nerve flossing at the same time, figure it all out, come up with a really cool exercise routine. You could even go, well, I think I'll do a few of these chairs, and then I'll point my toes and put my head down, and maybe I'll squeeze both at the same time. And then I'll get up again and go back down, put my heels on the ground, point my toes to the sky, one foot, both feet, doesn't matter. Maybe I'll just squeeze one side and then I'll look up. Nerve flossing, chair, owl. You guessed it. We're down on the ground. Got my mat, my favorite plastic mat that I got at a thrift store for less than $1. Is in great shape too. Rolls up. It's perfect. Take it everywhere I go. So anyway, I'm sitting down here on the ground, and I'm going to do a few of these Stuart McGill low back lumbar spine exercises just because I know they're so important. So again, I'm going to start with the table. Right, and I do a little bit of the cow and the cat just to warm up my low back. Take your time. You can hold these positions if you want. Anyway, so when I'm ready, I get myself into neutral, so my back is flat here, remember? My hands are below my shoulders. I have to maybe do a little adjusting. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna think about keeping my low back stable and stationary and motionless. It doesn't move. No matter what I do with my arms and my legs, this doesn't move. I can put something on it, like a cup of water, and it shouldn't spill. Or a ball, it shouldn't roll off. But anyway, so I'm going to take one arm out and the opposite leg, keep it low and hold it. Maybe I'll make a little circle with my toe in my hand, but I don't want to spill the water that's on my low back, or I don't want the ball to roll onto the floor. If I bring my arm and my leg up, it'll spill for sure, so I got to keep everything low. I could add a little bit of a sweep to this, but very slowly, because I don't want my back to tilt. You could make a square or a rectangle, down, or sorry, across, down, across, up. It's not the motion, the specifics of the motion, it's whether or not your back is stable. And then when you're ready, you do the other side. Right, get the arm up, opposite leg up, keep it low. Maybe I'll lower myself a little bit, keep my body really, really level. Maybe I'll go circles. Maybe draw a little bit of a rectangle or a square with my finger and my toe. Go the other way. I find that really, really difficult. But you know what? I can adjust what I do with my arms and my legs. I could just stay in this position in neutral and do some deep breathing, you know, in through the nose, out through the mouth. that would still be good. So once I'm finished with that, I'm gonna go down on my side, rest on my forearm, you know, this one, stack my body, make sure everything is straight, and then lift my hips off the ground and hold it there. Hold on to my deltoids in my shoulder, hold on to the ground, hold on to my waist, put my arm overhead, whatever you want, just get the hips up. Maybe for 10 seconds, 3 seconds, whatever you can do, and then put them down again. I could bend my legs, they're still stacked. I'm still straight through here. Okay, I lift up my hips. Some people like to go up, 1, 2, 3, rest. Go up, 1, 2, 3, rest. Other people, whether they're bent-legged stacked or straight-legged stacked, top legs over top of the other one, whether they go up and down, some people like to go up as high as they can go and hold it there for 10 seconds. Forearm rest. Remember, your shoulder's over top of your elbow. And then when you've done the 10 seconds, you rest for a couple, and then you come up. You don't have to do anything fancy with this arm. It just makes it a little bit more showy or more difficult, depending on the person, when you put your arm in different positions. And come down. So you do a number of those, and then when you're ready, Stuart McGill says, go down on your back, straighten one leg and flex the foot, bend the other one, put the foot flat on the ground, put your hands underneath your low back. Remember, you don't want your lumbar spine to move. So your knuckles are feeling your lumbar spine muscles to see whether or not there's any movement. So when you're ready and everything's straight and tight, you lift your head up and your shoulders a little bit off of the ground, that much, straight up, and hold it. So we're like this, everything's straight. Okay, here we go, up. We hold it. We can do some breathing in through our nose, out through our mouth. And then down. We can switch sides. Make sure this straight leg has a flexed foot. Everything's tight, everything's pushed into the ground. And when I'm ready, lift my head up a little bit. Deep breathing. The birds are fighting again. And down I go. Okay, so we had the Stuart McGill back expert pointer dog. We had the side plank. And don't forget you have two sides. We had the pancake. Now he calls it different things. He imagines that there's a weighing scale, like a scale that you stand on to take your weight, that your head is on and some of your shoulders. And so when you lift your head up, you're just trying to take the pressure off the scale. You're not trying to do a sit up or a curl up. You just take the head up a little bit and hold it. That's the exercise. Don't forget one leg is straight and everything's tight on that side of your body. So it looks like this. You could call it the weigh scale or the scale or the pancake. Just like this. Don't forget to deep breathe. And then you do the other side. So that's 3 Stuart McGills. There's one more. You can do this while you're in the side position. You can flip yourself over. So I'll turn this way so you can see me. I'm going to rest on my forearms in a plank position facing down. So my feet are about shoulder width apart. I'm on the balls of my toes there. You know, my heels are off the ground there. And I'm resting on my forearms and my head's in neutral. And I'm keeping my back in that neutral position. I'm not sagging and I'm not doing this with my bum in the air. I'm in a flat plank position. And when I'm here, I'm going around in a circle with my upper shoulder area, trying to keep the water that's sitting on my low back from spilling, or the ball that's sitting there. I'm just going around some circles the other way, mixing up something. We'll call this the mix master. Okay? And you put your knees down when you're ready. And I always like to do the happy baby and the resting child. Those are my favorites too. So since I'm down here, let's do the resting child. So when I'm in this table position here, I bring my hands way far away, bring my big toes together, get my knees apart, and I push my hips back, get really low, but I don't hold it for very long. I come back up a little bit and then I go back into the resting child. And then I come up, go back in, depending on how much time I want to spend on this. But once I'm warmed up a little bit in this position, because I'm working my hips and my shoulders, I hold it here. Maybe I'll put my forehead down. Try to push my armpits into the mat. Keep my knees nice and wide. My toes, my big toes are touching, so my hips have lots of room to go back. Get really low and hold it in the resting child. And the opposite to that is to take your toes apart, straighten out the bottom part of your legs, and come forward. My hands didn't move. Come forward and put your belly button toward the ground and look up and be a cobra. And some people like to move in and out of the resting child and into the cobra. Notice what I did with my feet. But you know what? Sometimes I just like holding the cobra or the resting child and forget the cobra. And then, of course, the happy baby. Well, I'm lying on my back, maybe doing that scale one, that Stuart McGill scale one. So I'm in this position. I've done all these things, you know. But what I want to do is get a hold of the bottom of my feet. So notice I didn't reach out here. I reached this way, but it doesn't matter as long as you can get a hold of the bottom of your feet. This way, doesn't matter. And put your head down and hold your pulse out. Let's see if it matters. Yeah, my elbows are on the inside. My elbows can be on the outside, but they feel better on the inside. And I'm just in this happy baby, and I'm massaging my lumbar spine, rocking back and forth. Love the happy baby. You don't want to rock, just lie here. Enjoy the position. So my legs are bent, of course. I'm holding on to the bottom of my feet. Before we get up, I forgot a favorite exercise that I do on the mat. It's called the 90-90, and I want to include it here. And even though I'm now inside the house, not outside the house, I wanted to do the 90-90 because it's one of my all-time favorite exercises. So I'm sitting here, and I'm going to choose a side, either this side or this side, doesn't matter. Let's go this way, just for the sake of going to the right. And I'm going to make sure that the leg is in a 90-degree corner here at the knee. So I'm going to put my knee on the ground, make sure it is 90 degrees right there. and 90 degrees at the ankle. So then I'm going to put the other leg down, make sure it's at 90-90. So it's 90 degrees here and straighten it out a little bit. Good. 90 degrees at the knee and 90 degrees at the ankle. Right like that. Okay, so from the hip to the knee, from the knee to the ankle to the tip of the toe. There's a 90 degrees there and a 90 degrees there. Similarly, 90 right here and 90 here. All right, and if you do that right, let me just adjust myself a little. If you do that right, the hip to the knee to the heel to the knee to the hip forms a square, pretty much. So if you're like this, there's no square. If you're like that, there's no square in between your legs. You want it to be a square. Okay? Now, can you sit like this without using your hand for stability on the ground? If I lift my hand up, I'm having trouble straightening up. Okay? So that means I need some work. So if I do this enough, I'll be able to get that stability, and I'll be in a much more secure position just in case my body, for some strange reason, gets put in a position on the floor or I fall or something, and I won't hurt myself if I can do this. So, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to push this knee down, not on top, but on the side of it, push it down to the floor and hold it there, and then lift this one off the ground, keep this one on the ground, see how high I can go, and then come back down. Let's just do 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. Maintaining the 90-90 on both legs. Okay? So I held that one on the ground. Okay? Then I'm going to let go of it, because as I lift this knee, I'm going to hold it down until I get this knee up as high as I can, and then I'm going to let go of it and see if it stays there by itself. And then as I switch hips and put this knee down, I'm still in the 90-90, hopefully. So I'll push this knee down and lift this one up. 1, 2, 3. And hold it down as I lift this one up, and then let it go and switch sides again. Am I 90-90? If I'm not, I'm going to switch everything around so I am. Get this one right down on the ground. 1, 2, working the hip. 3, hold it down, lift it up, and then switch sides. Check to make sure you've got the square. Hold the knee down and go 1, 2, 3. Hold it up, hold that one down, and switch. Now when you get really good at this, you'll be able to do it no hands. And that's a pretty sloppy 90-90. So I'm not ready. I need a lot of work with these hips to be able to do that. The hips will allow me to sit up straight. My core weight will be over the center of gravity, and I'll be able to do it. This knee will be able to stay on the ground. It'll all work much, much better. Okay, so before I do it one more time, going back and forth, I'm going to take my torso and present it to this knee. So I'm going to adjust my hands, and I'm going to see how far down I can go. Hold it, 3, 2, 1. Straighten up. Holy catfish, that's not easy. Down I go again. So it's not my head coming down to my knee, it's my torso coming toward the knee. Yes, I have had my hair cut. 3, 2, 1, and up. And one more time. 3, 2, 1. Good, I can feel that in the hip on this side, right down in there. Okay, here I go. I'm going to hold this down. lift this up as high as I can go, and then let it go and switch. Check my square, my 90-90, and then take the torso and present it to this knee. Get that knee down. Okay, here I go. Hey, I can go a lot lower on this side. 1. I'm supposed to hold it down there for 3. Let's do that again. 1, 2, 3. Come up slowly. Present the torso to the inside of the knee. 1, 2, 3. Come up slowly. And when you're ready, last time. 1, 2, 3. Come up slowly. Okay, here we go. Hold this down. Lift this one up as high as you can go. And then change sides. One last time. All right, have we got the square? Yep, 90-90. Okay, now I'm going to take this hand here and I'm going to hold on to the ankle or the lower part of the shin on this side. Have I got it? Yep. Can I let go? I can. Can I grab the ankle and shin on this side? Can I sit up nice and tall? 1, 2, 3. Relax. Grab the ankle. Grab the other ankle. Sit up tall. 1, 2, 3. Relax. Okie doke. Grab the ankle. Grab this ankle. Sit up tall. Last time. 1, 2, 3. Relax. Push this into the ground. Lift this knee up as high as it'll go. And when you're ready, let it go. Back to the other side. 90-90. Good. Let me just rearrange myself so you can see me on this side. So 90-90. Is there a square? Yep. Okay. You ready? So I'm going to grab the ankle. Grab this ankle. Sit up nice and tall. 1, 2, 3. Relax. Grab this ankle. Sit up tall. 1, 2, 3. Relax. And last time, ankle, sit up tall. 1, 2, 3. Relax. Good work. Okay. Time to get up. So I can either turn on my side and get up, I can get right over onto the table and get up, or I can try something new. So my legs are shoulder width apart, my feet are flat, I'm going to lift my bum up. I can do that. Hey, if you can't get your bum in the air, you're going to have problems with this, so just turn over on your side and get up that way. But if you want to try, lift your bum up, walk your heels, or bring your heels toward your bum. Adjust your hands. So I'm up on my fingertips now on each side. Good. I'm in a low squat. Can I let go with one? Hey, it looks like I can. Can I get the other one in? Good. Now I'm going to lift my hips up. Put my hands down. Now I'm in that bend for health with my hips high. And I'm going to slowly bring my hands across my feet, up my ankles, to my knees, my quads, and I'm up. And then when I'm ready, I get up any way I can. So I could rock back and forth this way and push my legs and sit up this way. Or I can turn on my side and get up this way. Whatever way is best for you. Now, the last favorite exercise I'm going to do this morning is, I call it the bunion and bunionette, but it's kind of like a static hold, a stretch, and I can use it at the end of my workouts. I usually do too, and I can hold it for the 2 minutes, or I can just do it in my workout somewhere and hold it as long as I want. And I don't need to be on the ground, I can be in a chair. So just because I have a chair, I'm going to use the chair. Some of you don't like coming to the mat, so let's just try the chair. So I'm going to get myself up slowly and safely. So here we go. Now, I'd like you to sit up tall. If you just have to sit back, put yourself in that position you shouldn't be in. Or you can push your bum into the back of the chair and that helps you to sit up tall. Maybe I'll try it that way. But I don't like this. At the edge is okay. Push your bum in is okay. So we'll do it this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my leg, doesn't matter which one, and grab a hold of the bottom of it. And you've got the bunion right here, big toe bunion, and you've got the bunionette right here, little toe bunionette. I'm going to grab a hold of the bunion and the bunionette and I'm going to squeeze it. And then while I'm squeezing it in, good squeeze on the bunion and bunionette, I'm going to straighten my leg the best I can. Maybe I'll put it across my body like this so you can see better. Straighten it. And that could be it. You could be holding on to your calf. You can be holding on to your hamstrings or underneath your knee. But I like using, might as well, my big finger, and I place it right at the edge of the knee and I push the kneecap. As I'm straightening my leg and squeezing my bunions and bunionettes, I push the kneecap that way, straight ahead, and I grab a hold of the bottom of the leg to do it. So I push it, straighten my leg, and hold. I can hold this as long as I want. The longer the better. Okay, and when I'm ready though, I take my thumb and I take the outside of my kneecap and push it in. Grab a hold of the leg and push my kneecap in. Because our kneecap tends to go out when it should stay in the middle. So I'm going to push it in, and it tends to go this way instead of that way. So I'm going to push it that way so it can stay right in the middle. So I'm on the side anyway. Straight leg, squeezing the bunion and bunionette, pushing the kneecap on the side in. And I hold that as long as I want, or maybe 2 minutes. I'm trying to sit up straight, and then when I'm ready, keep squeezing the bunion and the bunionette. I cradle the baby. This is the baby's head. I cradle it with my eye of my elbow here and pull my leg in. And sometimes when the baby tries to, wake up or get restless, I rock the baby a little bit. Not too much. Rock the baby, but keep squeezing the bunion and the bunionette and pulling the leg in. Rock the baby. And then when you've had enough of rocking the baby, you can take your elbow and put it right in the side of the baby's head and push the baby away. So this is like a figure 4. Maybe I'll sit out to the edge so you can see better. So I'm pulling the leg in, rocking the baby. Then I'm pushing the baby's head down and away and lifting up my bunions and bunionettes in the bottom of my foot like that, and hold that. You'll feel it in your hip and all the muscles related to the hip on that side. It's good for you. Good, and you hold that as long as you want. So you went from the straight-legged, maybe pushing the kneecap, keep the leg as straight as you can, to rock the baby, to figure 4, I don't want the baby anymore, to bring this leg right over the leg, above the knee, and lift your foot off the ground like this. And you could grab somewhere down here in your shins and pull in. Depends, right? Some people might have trouble just going like this. How about lifting your leg up? That might be a problem. But if you can grab in the shin area and pull in and sit up tall and straighten out that low back, you'll be younger. You'll live longer. Good work. I'm going to try it on the other side. So I'm out at the edge. I find that that's better for my form than sitting way back into this chair. It's got too many cushions. A hard chair would be better. And I don't like the handles either. I don't think I need the handles. You might. I don't think I need them though. So where's my bunion and my bunionette on this side? There they are. Squeeze. Squeeze. Now I got to try to straighten that leg. Okay. And then take the thumb, push the kneecap forward, and hold on to the bottom here for as long as you want. I don't know. You can push from the side in, the kneecap in. And when I say I don't know, I mean it's up to you. You can hold this and go, okay, that's enough. I got to have a rest. All right, I'm ready again. Where was I? Straightening, pushing the kneecap in, or pushing the kneecap that way, straight ahead. And hold it as long as you want. The longer the better. Where's the baby? Pull the leg in, squeeze the bunionette, rock the baby. See, I don't have as much flexibility on that side. I can't get into the figure four quite the way I can on that side. This is up really high. I want to get it down. This handle of the chair's in the way. But still, rock the baby is a good start. Had enough of the baby? Elbow the baby right in the side of the head there. If you don't like that analogy, don't use it. Helps me remember. Your brain likes crazy, wild things, and then it'll remember better. If you make up crazy, wild stories, you'll remember. All the crazy, wild things that happened to you when you were little are the things you remember. Cross over. Where's my bunionette? Okay, let go of that. Lift up the leg and grab a hold and squeeze and pull in. Could you bunionette? Yeah, you could. You'll feel that in your hip and in your glutes. Sit up tall. So I have lots of favorites, but those are the favorites I wanted to share with you on this glorious morning. Are we going to do a drink up? No. Are we going to do a cool down? No. Did we do all this in the right order? No. Did we do a warm up? Yes. Just enjoy the day. Hopefully it's beautiful wherever you are.